Seattle Seahawks. New York. How do we do this? New York Giants. Monday Night Football, baby. I'm Dave Loughy with Odd Shopper. We're back once again. We got a fun one. Got some sides for you. Got some props. Got some anytime touchdown scores. We hit on that last week or Thursday night, was it? With Amon-Ra St. Brown. We should have gone first touchdown score, but might have been getting ahead of ourselves. We'll take it, though. Anyway, happy to have you guys here. We got a fun couple minutes ahead of us. I'll try and keep it briefer than I did. I'll try and expedite the process, condense this a little bit for you, but my biggest weakness, some may say my biggest asset, is I talk too much. Anyway, I'll do my best to get you in and out with some picks for tonight's game. Should be a fun one, and not only that, I think it could be a high-scoring game as well. I mean, when you look at this spot between the Seahawks and the Giants, neither of these teams defensively have been even modestly impressive. By the way, hit that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't done so yet. And follow me on Twitter at Loughy_D. Much appreciated. But you look at the Seahawks, they've allowed 300-plus passing yards in 3 straight games, right? Each of the 3 games they've played. And it's not like they faced a murderer's row of offense. Sure, Detroit's good. Matthew Stafford has looked healthy and much better. But then Andy Dalton and company dropped 300-plus on 58 pass attempts last game. And then the Giants on the other side, just a really inexperienced young secondary. They bring a lot of pressure. They blitz at the second highest clip in the league behind only the Arizona Cardinals. But at the same time, I look at this game. If we're just kind of laying the foundation, so zoom out, take a 30,000-foot view on how this game is played, there's a couple things that stand out to me. The Giants have dealt with injuries to the offensive line, and it's been brutal. But I do think some of that has been exaggerated. Not that their offensive line isn't bad. I'm not saying that by any stretch. What I am saying, though, is that they faced the Dallas Cowboys in week 1 and the San Francisco 49ers in week 3. What the hell do you expect, right? In week 2, Daniel Jones, with a phenomenal second half comeback effort against the Arizona Cardinals, managed to kind of do whatever he wanted once he got comfortable. I'm not saying it could be the same thing today necessarily against the Seahawks, and they do get Jamal Adams back, which definitely boosts their defense. But that secondary has not been good, and I'm not sure that he's just going to plug up all the holes and fix this team. The Giants are at risk of falling to 1-3 in what's looking like a pretty damn competitive division in the NFC East. I mean, look, best case scenario, the Giants are the 3rd best team in the NFC East. Worst case scenario, they're the 4th best team and the last team, right? But to get to 2-2 in a spot like this would be huge. Washington just lost yesterday. They're 2-2 now. I'm looking at the Giants as a spot, essentially, where you're 2-point home dogs, okay, against the Seattle team that has a good offense. They have been humming. You've got Metcalf. You have Lockett. JSN hasn't exactly done a ton, but Kenneth Walker's been great in the backfield, and Geno Smith looks good. But this is one of those typical spots where I think, we talked about this with Detroit the other day, right? Where it was like everybody goes, Packers are at home. They're at home. How do they lose this? The public seemed to have a lot of an affinity for that Packers team last week and kind of overlooked a lot of other aspects of that game. In this spot, I think people just look at how bad the Giants have gotten the shit kicked out of them in week 1 and week 3 and kind of ignore a lot of other things that go into this game, especially the fact, at home, getting points here against the Seahawks team that still has a lot of weaknesses. If I'm going to any side of this one, and somebody told me to do this, so you know what, damn it, I'm going to do it on our DFS channel. If I'm going anywhere here, is it going to work? There we go. We're going the New York Giants. +2, or you could grab the money line, still at +115 in some spots. I think that's a nice spot to hit. I don't think, with the Giants being at home specifically, that this is as uneven a matchup as some people may assume. Only 2-point dogs at home against the Seattle team that kind of on paper looks better. The Giants are without Saquon Barkley, though, which obviously that's a big deal. I think that Daniel Jones with his arm and his legs is going to be able to do enough. The biggest thing, though, Seattle doesn't generate a ton of pressure. Every time I talk about the Seahawks team, I'm going to talk about the Giants team. I'm going to talk about pressure. And if they're facing a team that doesn't get a lot of pressure, then I'm always willing to at least consider backing the Giants. So give me Giants here, +115 on the money line or +2. Now we get into some very fun props. But guys, all of these spots, every one of these props, especially touchdown props, dramatically different from sportsbook to sportsbook. Please, if you listen to nothing else, you want to fade all of my picks, I don't blame you. That's cool. You want to tail it, we'll ride together. That works as well. If there's nothing else I can tell you, though, make sure that you're on as many sports books as possible. Even if you're throwing $50 into each of them, $20, it doesn't matter. Because if you're betting anytime touchdowns, if you're betting these type of props, and I'm going to show you in a second why it's so important, make sure you're on different books. And if you're lucky enough to be in Colorado, Ohio, Iowa, Virginia, New Jersey, or Kentucky, one of those 6 states, Bet365 is giving you $365 when you bet one single dollar. It's the best ROI you're going to find no matter what, anywhere in life. Someone offers you $365 for $1, you grab it and you run away before they can change their mind. If you're in one of those 6 states, jump in because this goes away quickly. More than anything, though, you're getting on multiple books. You're getting free money. I threw the link in the description. It's also in the pinned comment if you want to do it. Only those 6 states. If you're not in those 6 states, bang your head against the wall and hopefully Bet365 comes there soon, like for me in PA. But $365 from $1. All you have to do, deposit 10, take one of those $10, 10% of it, throw it on whatever you want. I would say do like a massive same game parlay because at this point, who cares if it's $1? You win or lose, either way, you're getting $365. Throw it on that. And after that settles, you're in, baby. $365 in bonus bets for doing essentially nothing outside of taking a minute or two to sign up. Link in the description and the pinned comment if you want to get in there. And you got to be 21 years or older to gamble. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. All right. Daniel Jones, over 224.5 passing yards. Here's what I mean by this. On FanDuel right now, that's what I'm saying. Get on as many as possible. It's 224.5. DraftKings, 230.5. And several other books, 230.5, 229.5. I think this is one of those games where Daniel Jones doesn't get pressured too much, can exploit this Seattle secondary that's coughed up 300-plus passing yards in 3 straight games. And I don't think the Giants are going to have the luxury of being able to lean on the run. Seattle run defense has been better by far than their pass defense. Their pass defense on every metric has struggled. So it may seem like a high number for a guy like Daniel Jones looking at that San Fran and Dallas game. But hey, he's tossed up 300-plus yards in a good matchup in week 2 against the Cardinals already this season. You're getting it at 224.5. May not seem like a lot, but it's minus 110. It's not even juiced heavy. It's minus 110 on FanDuel. You could get that over 230.5. Do you know how it might not seem like a big window, but there's plenty of times where you're going to go, you've got to be kidding me. I missed it by 1 yard. I missed it by the hook. Well, now you're getting in 7 yards lower than any other spot almost. 224. That's my prop here. And as far as touchdown props go, I'm going Darren Waller anytime touchdown. He's got 2 red zone targets this year, but they haven't been in the red zone all that often. He is going to be Daniel Jones' primary target in the red zone. I'm pretty confident in that, okay? They just need to get there. I think in this game at home, as slight dogs against the Seattle team that doesn't generate pressure, that is a spot to look to. Now be careful here. If you're shopping around and you're betting anytime touchdown props, if you were to get Waller on DraftKings, it's plus 195. If you wanted Darren Waller on Bet365 or on FanDuel, it's plus 240. Think about that. You bet 100 on this, let's just say, arbitrary number, to win 195, or you bet 100 to win 240. It's a no-brainer. Make sure you're getting the best spot. Darren Waller, anytime touchdown. And are you guys ready to get a little crazy to close this one out? Anytime touchdown score, Wan'Dale Robinson. Now, when I say sprinkle on this, I mean be careful. But it's plus 700 on DraftKings. Other books have Wan'Dale Robinson right now at plus 460. Caesars at plus 430. That is crazy value if you're looking to hit this. Now, you might be saying, Loughy, why in the hell are you looking to go to a Wan'Dale Robinson anytime touchdown prop? I'll keep it simple. Last week, he only played 11 snaps, all right? But he ran 9 routes. He was targeted on 5 of 9 routes. Over 50% of the routes that Wan'Dale Robinson ran, he was targeted on. Now, they really never got into the red zone. But when you look at the rest of these pass catchers, Darius Slayton, Isaiah Hodgins, Paris Campbell, Jalen Hyatt, Sterling Shepard, why can't Wan'Dale Robinson end up getting more opportunities in a game like this And what happens if he happens? Because remember, he returned last week from an extended injury. What if he gets worked back in and plays like 50% of snaps after how frequently Daniel Jones targeted him on only 9 routes run last week? So I'm sprinkling on it. Only a few bucks, but at plus 700, that's a spot I'm willing to take. Wan'Dale Robinson, anytime touchdown. That's our wild one for the week. And so much for me not talking a lot. Darren Waller, plus 240 anytime touchdown. Be sure to get that at the right book. Daniel Jones on FanDuel, 224.5 over passing yards. And we'll go Giants, either plus 2 or the money line, depending on which you're more comfortable with. And we'll catch you back here for Thursday Night Football. Appreciate you guys watching. We'll see you back here soon. Peace.